Good evening and salutations, my GH fans. So, wow. You know what? Let's just get to the heart of it. Well, Sam blames Brando because Brando told them that he was the one that worked on the bike. And so, I'm not gonna lie, red flags go up. Sam is like, you know what? You did this. You either messed it up or you did this on purpose. And so she straight up blames him. Sonny defends him, and I'm not gonna lie, it's a little weird. I mean, maybe it's just growth and change, but if you've been watching GH for a while, you know how Sonny is. Sonny's the type of person that pretty much nearly shoots first and asks questions later on. He runs a lot off of his emotions. Or at least he's had in the past. He's ran a lot on his emotions. So, the fact that he's not there defending Brando against Sam, I don't know. I don't know which way to sit there and put it. I don't know if it's out of character or if it's just character growth. But, anyway, Sam goes to see Jason, and, Sonny's like, well, pretty much, did you fuck up on the bike? Like, what's going on? So at this point, he kind of just, like, he lets it go, but, like, one of those to be continued conversations. And I'm not gonna lie, I mean, Occam's razor, let's be honest, I'm pretty sure he told both of them, or at least Sonny, that he saw Cyrus, and then he saw Jason. Like, I mean, seriously, you gotta fucking put two and two together. I mean, I know with soap opera, especially with GH, sometimes it's not always what it seems like, but, it ain't looking good. It's looking pretty obvious, so I guess we'll just see. Also, Sam goes to see Jason, and then Dolores shows up in the hospital, walking around, showing her badge, being all her, and pretty much Epiphany tries to it's off screen or whatever, but Epiphany tries to stall her, and here comes Valentine to the rescue. Because here's the thing, I knew that most likely what wound up happening was Valentine sent like Dolores over there, like somehow got her to go over there to speed up the timeline, so that way he can get the proxies. So of course she shows up, pretty much like the devil, and it's like, hey, I can do this for you. It's just one catch. And Sam pretty much agrees. So, well played, Valentine. Well played. By the way, it was this funny exchange scene between him and Nicholas, where, hold on. Oh, okay, so they're going back and forth. Pretty much Nicholas just kind of like eavesdrops on Valentine's conversation, talking about what kind of clandestine conversation that you're having on the phone. I'm like, okay, so we're just using SAT words now? This is what we're doing? Like, what's... Okay. Anyway, they go back and forth, and, Valentine says something along the lines of, schoolyard humor is your... No, what do you say? Schoolyard humor is really more your speed. And I'm not gonna lie, when he said that shit, I was like, alright, that was a good one. You might want to just kind of just ease back, Nicholas. You might just want to ease back. I don't know, it's something about the way he said it was just like really funny and really good at the time. But yeah, Valentine is, he's getting his ducks in a row, I guess. Meanwhile, I know I'm kind of going out of order a little bit, but it all makes sense towards the end. And, yeah. Okay, hold on. Before we get to, Ava Ava, Nell, and Julian. I spent so much time actually learning names from Bold and the Beautiful and Days. It's kind of getting me it's gonna get me a minute to kind of just get used to GH. Anyway, they're all sitting down or whatever. And before I start, what the hell is going on with Julian's hair? I was just like, I mean, I know there was a break, and like what is going on? And at first, I'm not gonna lie, from the side or whatever, I was like, is this like a really bad wig or something? But then I looked when, you know, they showed like his face or whatever. I was like, okay, that's his hair, but like what is going on with his hair? Like, it took me a few minutes, because it almost kind of got me out the scene. I mean, you were talking, I was just like, I mean, that's cool and everything, but can somebody tell me what the hell is going on with all that? Because, anyway, dog, like, kind of like talking or whatever, and Ava pretty much is like, so what are you blackmailing with? You know, because she knows that he's not going to voluntarily marry her. They go back and forth a little bit, and pretty much, Ava's like, alright, so am I just going to have to just put you 6 feet under? And that's when Nell was like, well, you pretty much do that, and I tell Sonny what Julian did, and we all don't want that. So it kind of got her hands tied at that point, and then she walks away, and Julian's like, no, I got this under control. Ava's like, no, yeah, you really got this under control. I can tell you got this all figured out. And I'm like, she's right. You really don't have anything under control. But you keep thinking that, buddy. You keep thinking that. Okay. So let's just kind of get this elephant out the room. Well, not so much of an elephant, but okay, let's talk about Curtis and Jordan, because Curtis was getting on my nerves today. I'm not gonna lie, he was getting on my nerves today. I mean, listen, there's one, you know, it's one thing when this is a regular situation and she's just keeping secrets from you or whatever the case is, and you're going through marital troubles or whatever. Cool, I understand that. But Jordan's like, listen, I'm seeing him to keep everyone safe. I have to play the part. And Curtis is just acting like a jackass, okay? Let's just be honest. He's acting like a jackass. He's all like, oh, there's another way, this, that, and the third. And I'm just like, oh, okay, cool. Why don't you just tell everyone else what's the other way? Like, what's gonna get Jordan out of this hole? Oh, we could tell Mac. And what is that gonna do? And when she explains why, you know, they can't tell Mac or the police or whoever, he still just keeps going in, talking about, oh, you need to trust me, you need to let me in. And I'm just like, bro, I hate to sit there and say this, but you are acting like a real man baby at this point, because like, it goes on for a whole hour. This is a whole hour of this man practically whining and crying, telling Jordan to do something different, but yet he has no fucking answer to give. So it was like, after a while, I gotta be honest, I started looking at my phone because I'm like, oh, he's still talking? Oh, but he didn't give a plan yet though, right? Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, so it's just, okay, so more 30 minutes? Okay, cool. That's literally what it felt like when I was watching that. And, okay, let's just talk about the previews, because the previews pretty much, and I'm going to talk about this more tomorrow, but in the previews, pretty much, Curtis just like, oh, well, we're going to do things my way. And I'm just like, so, we're just doing a fucking dick measuring contest? Is this what it is? Is this the whole I am man, hear me roar, pump my chest sort of thing? Like, what are you doing, bro? Like, you have some stuff with Ned and Lulu. Shit. I really have lost touch with these names. Anyway, they have some quick conversation or whatever about the board and the silent partner or whatever who's coming up trying to borrow the shares up. And then Cyrus just walks on in. Just to remind them that, he's in charge. And I'm not going to lie, every time Cyrus comes in any scene, when he interacts with one of the characters, it's just great. It is just great. It's something about the way that he just talks, and he's not even getting like direct threats, but you can just hear the undertones and his sarcasm and the way he talks to people. Like, no, I'm an innocent man. What are you talking about? I mean, I'm going to rejuvenalize the hospital and all this other stuff like that. And it's like, okay, we all know what you're doing, but you want to keep playing this. It's like he keeps playing this game whenever he's sitting there to talk to people, and it's like, I guess double talk is the way that I would sit there and kind of describe him. And that's just what I love about him. Him and just other things that just make him a great character. Okay. What the hell is going on with this whole... We're going to try to get each other to cheat on each other so that way, we can... Okay, so, you got Nicholas in the hospital being a friend to Elizabeth. And Franco kind of sees that whole him grabbing her hand and everything like that, and so he ain't happy about that. And I gotta be honest. I totally agree. But then you see Ava come in, and she looks at the situation like, oh, yeah, he's gonna cheat, and then I'm gonna... And it's like, this is literally what... Okay, so I guess that's gonna be the plan, is that they're gonna find a way to break up Liz and Franco with Ava and Nicholas. And I'm like, ugh. So we're gonna go through this long seduction BS to try to break them up or whatever. I don't know about that. I mean, I know this is gonna happen, but I'm just like, I don't know exactly how I feel about that. I mean, I'm not into like ships or anything like that, but it's just it's like you see it coming from a mile away, and you know that they're gonna do it, and they're gonna take their time with it, and it's just like, oh, seriously? I feel like I'm forgetting something. Oh, there's some quick conversations, and honestly, to tell you the truth, it was probably my least favorite scene. Some conversations between Michael, Willow, and her mom. And pretty much, the mom is pretty much sitting there, like, making sure that, you just stay safe, and you follow Jason's orders. Excuse me, because they pretty much confirmed that... Oh my god, I can't fucking remember her name. I know it's Harmony. They pretty much figured out that Harmony's working for Cyrus, and she doesn't really get into much detail or anything like that, and she pretty much kind of like shift the subject to her just being happy for her daughter's marriage and stuff like that. But then then they get the call that Jason's in the hospital, and it's just like it worries Harmony because it's like it's a warning. When during their whole conversation between Curtis and Jordan, when Jordan was pretty much trying to get through Curtis, she was like, listen, I have to sit there and take everything very seriously. Jason getting into a motorcycle accident, I have to take that as a warning. And Jason has never been in a motorcycle accident pretty much in his life. And now all of a sudden that just happens. If this isn't a sign, I don't know what is. But of course, Curtis being Curtis is just, yeah. And yeah. That's pretty much about it. Like I said, it was actually a pretty interesting episode for the most part. I had some thoughts about, you know what, it was more thoughts about what Brock TV said about Peter and how he was annoyed at Peter, for the way he ran the article and everything like that. And I'm like, I don't know. I think Peter's just playing chess with Robert, and Robert is just losing badly. But yeah, so we'll see what happens tomorrow with the whole Jason thing. I think he was just out for a little bit, because you know sometimes when they get arrested or they get sent somewhere or whatever, usually the actor is doing something else or something. And again, I'm really surprised. But maybe these episodes were taped a little bit before. I don't know. I'm assuming that at some point the actress that plays Lulu may not be there for a little bit because of what happened in real life with her sister. But I guess time will tell. And yeah, that's going to do it for this review. Sorry this came out so late. I got out of work late. And yeah. So, but tomorrow I'm actually off. I'm actually off the next couple of days. So, my review should come out relatively on time after it airs. But anyway, have a good day or good night, depending on when you're watching this. Be safe. I will catch you in the next review.